Welcome back to another My Lure Box video. Today we've got a review on a lure I should have reviewed ages ago, but these things have been around probably 12 months now. This is the Absolute Shrimp by Zerek, and these things have got to be one of the best presentations of a shrimp on the market. And there are a lot of shrimp profiles on the market now, but these have got to be one of the best if you're chasing mangrove jack and barra, you know, any of those fish in the tropics. Look at this, let's get it out, and you can see there it's got 4.5 inch, it's 20 grams. There's a weighted worm hook in here. Have a look at this. It comes in a stenciled packet, and I'd suggest that you hang on to that and use that, because these things are really soft and you just want them to sit properly in the water when you're fishing them. So you don't just want to toss that into your tackle box. You want to give it every chance to last as long as possible and have that tail sit perfectly flat, because that's where a lot of the action is, and in these legs. So you don't want these squashed or twisted by lying it flat in a box. Take a look at that. I say everything eats a shrimp, and everything is going to smash this. You know, even bream are going to have a go at this, even at that size. But I really like the way that they've rigged this. So just take a look underneath. It's all rode up. It's got eggs in there and lots of legs. It's got these little feelers out the front, just for that really finesse, you know, tournament grade finish. Look at that. Nice big strong hook in there. That's like a 3.0 worm hook, and it's got a weight, like I said. So geez, they're fantastic. Let's throw it on and we're going to give it a fish, and I'll show you how I like to use these things. I'm fishing this on my jack setup on a bait caster, and I've got a 5'6". This is 8 to 10 kilo rod. This is my jack extracting rod. Really heavy, but it gives me casting accuracy as well. I'm running with 20-pound fluorocarbon leader, which in this sort of cover is a bit light on, if I'm honest. And the way that you fish these deep in cover and around the mangroves, you might want to go a bit heavier than that. So I'll just run it with a loop knot to that toe point at the front. And they've got like a UV active colouring to them. Get this out off this log here. Mate, there's cover everywhere here. Alright, so straight away you can see the way that that's going to sit with that hook up in the water, and hopefully once we get this thing going, I'll get some filming and some footage of the way that these legs are working. So the fall on this thing is just fabulous, and the way the little legs move as you bring it in means that you can slow roll this. That's right, I'll bring you around here so you can see what I'm doing. So any section where you're fishing, where you've got, you know, rocks or mud sections, rock walls, and over the tops of rock bars and things, that's where this thing's going to fire, and then down around heavy cover. The only thing I'll say about that is that the exposed hook, you're going to get hooked up a lot more, even though it travels. You know, the way that you can see it travelling there with the hook exposed upright, it's not as snaggy, but you know, like a Zerek live shrimp, they have a hidden hook where it's truly sort of weedless. So you're not going to get snagged up as much with a live shrimp as you will with this thing, but the finish on this thing is just next level. So look at those little legs, the way that those little legs work as you bring it through. They're just vibing and swimming, and then as you drop it, it flares out and just slows its sink rate down. And for a lot of barra, even jewfish, but barra and jack, I'd say the primary targets with this thing, that slower fall where it's very realistic, and this tail sort of, the fall is not like that. You want a fall that is a true fall that looks like a shrimp swimming down, so it sits like that and the tail comes down. That's what a shrimp really looks like when it falls, and that's what this does. So that segmented body there, it sort of opens right up and just falls beautifully, nice and flat with that tail pulling it up. So you can work these vertically or you can throw them in against cover, and that 20 grams gives you plenty to cast. And all you want to do is just watch the line on the way down. That's how you want to fish it. You're watching that line for any little bump or tick or hop in the line, and then you want to set that big hook. You know, and if it gets to the bottom, you can leave this thing on the bottom and just sit there, and it'll sit like that with those legs out, still sit balanced, and the fish can come along and even pick it off the bottom. You're going to be able to, you can see I can skip cast it, you're going to be able to fly it in underneath cover, but it's got fairly durable, like it's a TPE material, so it's still fairly durable, but those legs, if you're hammering in those legs against all this sort of stuff, you're going to end up losing those over time. And the retrieve, it doesn't have to be really aggressive. It still works if you're hopping it really aggressive, but if you think about a shrimp, the way that a shrimp moves, they slow roll when they're crawling, and then they just hop a little bit, and the hop isn't massive, that's all you need. So they're beautifully weighted coming through, and that finish, I just love this colour because it's a really natural looking colour with a bit of contrast in there as well. So down along, you know, steep rock bars where you can't really get a true swimming action out of a plastic that's heading down, you know, as a lure goes down, that's not a very realistic angle for a fish to swim straight down like that. But the way these shrimp fall on the fall, that's really convincing for me. So dropping it down off the edge of the mangrove, where the mangroves drop into a little channel, that's what you want to do. Alright, so that's the Absolute Shrimp by Zerek. Zerek have brought out just an amazing range of stuff in the last couple of years. Like their lures have gone next level over the last couple of years, and this one is right up there with the best of them, I reckon. If you love your barra fishing, try one of these. If you're after a jack this season, throw one of these down along a rock wall and hang on. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video.